The grand hall was silent, suffocating under the weight of the unwanted union. A calendar hung above its glow too bright for the darkness, letting in your heart. You stood at the altar, dressed in the finest silk, yet feeling like a prisoner wrapped in a gold. Across from you stood him. Your finger trembled as you clutched the bouquet, your heart racing while the praises spoke. Then the contract was as still as a stone, his sharp gaze never leaving his presence, along with the suffocating immunity power untouchable. I am pronouncing you husband and wife, the praises declare. Thin reach of your chin, tipping it up so you had no choice but to meet his gaze. I say it, he mumbled. Your lips quivered. I do. His love brushed against your bravery, their kiss, yet enough to send a chill down through your spines, not out of your passion but aversion. The moment you step out of your veins, your hand clenched into the fist. I hate you. You spat voiceless with a defense. I will never love you. He merely tilted his head, his lips curled slightly, not in assuming but in the warning. You don't have to love me, he said, voice deep and eerily calm, but you will belong to me. The car ride to his mansion was silent. You stared out of the window, refusing to acknowledge the man beside you, but he watched you the entire time, his gaze heavy and readable open. The mansion loomed over you, vast luxury and elucidating the guard, glow in the fear as they led you inside. You turned to him, eyes burning with a realism. You can force me to marry you, but you can't control me. He stepped closer, his scent dark the instant reach, clouding your thought. Can't I? He mumbled, his finger brushed a losing strand of the hair behind your ear. Your breath hitched as he leaned in, his warmth coasting over your skin. Try it, little wife, he whispered, his voice both a challenge and promise. And see what happened. You just entered a world where love didn't exist. Only power person, a husband who wouldn't let you escape. The mansion was too quiet, too grand, too much. You stood in the middle of your new bedroom, if you could even call it that. It was an enormous design in a dark shade and expensive gold accents, a king-size bed dominating space, reminding you at one thing you feared the most, sharing a room with him. The room clicked shut behind you. You turned sharply to see them leaning against it, his sharp eyes locked into you like a predator watching the prey. He was still in his wedding suit, the top button undone, his sleeves rolled up. He looked relaxed, but you wasn't fooled. The tension in his body, the way his jaw clenched, she was anything but calm. Get out, you snapped, crossing your arms. He urged bro. And where would I sleep, little wife? Your stomach twists. Anywhere but here, he chuckled low and deep. Stepping toward you, step back instantly, but he was faster, closing his distance, and instead his hand gripped your chin gently, forced you to look up at him. You don't seem to be understand something, he mumbled. You are my wife now, mine, and you don't get to tell me what to do. Your pulse pounded as his thumb brushed over your lower lip. The touch really soft, and his eyes told a different story, dark, unreadable, filling with something dangerous. You can act out all you want, he continued, voice softer than be childish rebel. In the end, you will be always be where I put you. By my side, you shallow, showing his hand away. I am not a poison. His expression darkened instantly, but you could react. He had you pinned against the wall, his body pressed into yours just enough to keep you in the pace. His breath went over your face as his finger curled around your waist, not to hurt but to remind. Then stop acting like one, he said coldly. Your chest rose and fell rapidly again. Something else terrifying, unfamiliar, similar inside you. You study you for a moment, then sighed, stepping back as if he could read every thought in your head. Go to sleep, he muttered. We will talk tomorrow. You expected him to leave, but instead he walked to the bed, losing his tie, and sat down unbothered by your shocked stare. You are seriously sleeping here, you brawled. He didn't even look at you. Where else? Your hand clenched into fist. You stomped toward the closest, grabbing a pillow blanket before dropping them onto the floor. I am sleeping here. He finally looked up, his gaze narrowed. No, you are not. You lift your chin. Yes, I am. Muscle in his jaw twist. He extended sharply, running a hand through his hair before standing. Fine. Before you could process his arrangement, he scooped you off flexibly and tossed you onto the bed. A gap escaped your lips as you bounced, barely able to sit up before he leaned over you, engaging you between his arms. You will sleep here beside me, he mumbled, voice strangely low. I won't touch you, but don't test my patience, Mayan. You shallow heart, your breath shallow as he stared down at you. Then, if nothing happened, he pulled you lying on his side and on the bed, one arm behind his head, your body tense, your mind screaming at you, run to fight, but deep down you knew there was no running from. The moonlight sunlight streamed through the massive window, but you didn't feel it warmth. Instead, you felt suffocating under the weight of the new reality you were forced into. You sat at the grand dining table, staring at the untouched breakfast in front of you, across from you. They made silently, ignoring the air of authority that made servant walk and eggshell around them. Last night had been a battle. You had fallen asleep as the very edge of the bed, cluttering up as far as possible. Yet when you woke up, you were in his arms, his grip, firm possession, and you had nearly screamed when you realized how tightly he held you. You shook the memory away, forcing yourself to focus on the present. I want to go out, you said suddenly. He didn't look up. No, your finger clenched around your fork. You can't keep me locked in here forever. His eyes lifted, sharp and unreadable. Watch me, frustration burned in your chest. Then I have a meeting, he cut off. I will be back later. Stay inside, you glared at. He stood up, fixing his scuff. He leaned down silently, his voice dropping a warning whisper. Don't disobey me, whine. And with that, he was gone. But of course, you disobey him. The image of a control has only fueled your determination. With the help of a maid, you took pity on you. You managed to sleep out your breath, fresh in the air, feeling free for the first time since the wedding. The city streets were bustling, the world moving as if nothing had changed, but for you everything changed. As you wander into a small boutique, admiring the pretty dress, you felt eyes on you. A group of women stood nearby whispering, "That's her, she's just a kid, isn't she? What does a man like them want with someone like her?" You shallow are pretending not to hear them, but then one of them, a woman dressed in expensive clothes, expanding chorus across and stepped closer. "You must be a new Mrs. Kim," she said. "Tell me, did your father sell you off? Or were you so desperate that you threw yourself at him?" You snap your fist clenched. "Excuse me." The lady smiled. "Poor thing, you look so fragile. Do you even know what kind of monster you married?" Anger flamed in your chest. You had barely adjusted to this marriage. Barely understood their world. Now this woman thought she had the right to humiliate you. "Say whatever you want about me," you said, voice calm but firm, "but don't act like you know my husband." Her smile flattered. "Oh, sweetheart." And then she raised her hand. Time slow. You saw it coming, the slap aimed on your face, but before it could land, a hand catches his weight midair, a crushing in his grip. There in the boutique turned into ice cold. You didn't even look at know who it was. Then your breath hitched as he stood beside you, salt or frame, rending dangerous, swinging tongue into a woman's waist. His expression darkened, so dark as you bravely recognized him. A chill silence fell. Then you whispered, his eyes flagging at you, softened as a mere second before heading again. Then, without breaking a glass from the woman, he spoke. "You were about to hit my wife." His voice was deeply calm, but the range underneath it's real. The woman stammered, his confident over it. "I didn't mean," snap, scream as the twist his waist just enough to make her knee buckle. He didn't break it, but he made sure she remembered this pain. Everyone in the boutique watched in horror. "I should kill you," he mumbled, his grip tightened, your stomach turned. You knew what he meant, but before he could anything worse, instantly grabbed his lip. "Stop." His body tensed. For a moment it seemed like he wouldn't listen, but then after what he felt were forever, he released her with a sob. The woman stumbled back, clutching her waist in terror. Then turned to you. His eyes were unreadable, his expression still dark. "You disobey me, you shallow." Before you could finish, he grabbed your waist, not harshly but firmly, and pulled you out of the boutique. The car ride was suffocating, the grip on the scale while deadly, his knuckle white, the silence between you thick and with the tension. When you arrived at the mansion, he slammed the car door shut and stared and stopped toward you. You stepped back. His hand suddenly cupped your face, his eyes burning into your. "Did she hurt you?" His voice was low, rough, with something you couldn't name. You playing catch off guard. "No, I am fine," he said sharply. He tightened. For a second he let go. His gaze never waved to you. "Don't ever do that again," he muttered. "Don't ever make me lose my mind like that." You just tightened. You had expected anger, but this raw fear in his voice, something you wasn't prepared for. The fear of Mafia boss to admit something without saying it. He had been terrified of losing you. The air in the mansion was thick. The unspoken word Tim had been silenced ever since he dragged you back home. His presence loomed you while watching, controlling, protecting. After what happened, the boutique accepting, sniff it. You saw it in the way he looked at you, not just in possession with something deeper, something dangerous, and yet you didn't hate it. You should have. You have fought a ladder, screamed louder, the way he screamed, sanity when he cupped your face, the way his voice cracked just a little when he told you he never to scare him like that again. They passed, but the tension between you only grew. Tim kept you close, closer than ever. He barely let you out of his sight, always one step behind you as if you would vanish if you blinked. One evening you finally snapped. Why do you keep me acting like this? You demand, standing in the middle of your bedroom. While he leaned against the door, I get it. You are possessive, you control everything, but why? Why do you act like losing me, the worst thing happened to you? His jaw tightened because it would. His word knocked at the breath out of you. Your breath parted, but no sound came. Taehyung stepped closer, his dark eyes burning to you. You don't get it, do you? He remembered. From the moment you become mine, there was no going back. I don't care if you hate me, if you fight me, but you will never leave me. Your heart pounded. That's not love. That's obsession. His eyes freaking with something underneath. Then let me obsessed. Your breath catch. He suddenly cupped your face, thin, tighten your chin up. His voice dropped to a whisper. Tell me you don't feel it. You shallow heart. Feel what? He leaned in, his forehead brushed against yours. His scent very familiar. The way your heart raced when I touched you, he murmured. The way you looked at me when you think I don't notice. Your hand clenched at your side. You wanted to deny it, wanted to tell him he was wrong, but he wasn't. His thumb pressing your cheek, his voice was softer. Now you were never meant to my world, when you are a light and I am darkness. His other hand gripped your waist, pulling you closer. But God help me, I can't let you go. Your resolve crumbled. Maybe it was the way his voice trembled ever so slightly. Maybe it was the way he held you, not with the force but with something bordering and depression. Or maybe it was the truth you had been too afraid to admit. You didn't want him to let go, so for the first time since your marriage, you stopped fighting. You reached a finger craving into his shirt, pulling him in, and your possessive, dangerous, hopefully obsessed husband broke completely. He crushed his lips against yours, claiming you in the way that left no room for doubt. His hand tightening around you, his body pressing you against the wall as if he needed. Feel every inch of you. The kiss was rough, despairful of everything he never said, and you kiss him back because despite everything. The soft glow to the morning sun filled through the curtains, casting glow stagger across the vast bedroom. A gentle breeze hustled the sheet, bringing the scent of the fresh Rain from the garden outside your street, blinking against the light as warmth ablamed you, not for the sun but for him. Taehyung arms was wrapped over your waist, holding you close even in sleep. His fair chest pressed against your back, his steady breath fanning against the crook of your neck. Even unconscious, his possessiveness remained. You signed, a small smile tugging at your lips. Who would you have thought the same man who once terrified you, forced you into this marriage, control every inch of your life, would become the person you felt safe with? A soft landed your shoulder, making you shiver. You are awake. His voice was deep, husky, and from sleep. You turned slightly, meeting his half-eyelid gaze. His dark hair was messy, stank filling over his forehead. He looked softer in the morning light, less than the ruthless mafia boss feared by all, the more like the man who is own way to love you. I was trying to get up, you mumbled. He only tied his grip, pulling you back into his arm. No, you huffed. You can't keep me in the bed forever. His neck watch. Rolling your eyes, you ran a hand through his hair, watching his lashes blur shut on your touch. The way he melted under your finger, the way he clutched to you, it was the side of him no one else would ever see. You are impossible, you whispered.